What's up, guys? Welcome back to In Progress Podcast. I am Logo, and this is
Jake. Hi.
And you're rejoining us on the same In Progress podcast.
What are you looking at?
Actually, I don't know because I can't see myself in the camera, so I'm kind of not knowing what to look at. So I'm gonna look. I really don't know where to look, honestly.
Just look at the lens.
Look at the lens.
Stare into the soul of the people watching.
Yeah.
Let's go.
In Progress.
Are you excited for this Jujutsu Kaisen?
Yeah. I've been away from it. I've been watching other animes for a few days straight. Kind of got off topic of Jujutsu Kaisen. I started watching the next season of One Punch Man. Getting caught back up. That was my second time watching Attack on Titan, and I think I'm gonna watch Demon Slayer again.
Yeah, because they put it back on Netflix, or they put it on Netflix now.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh,
English and Japanese.
I haven't been watching it on Netflix. I'm watching it on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu.
Yeah.
I know you like Hulu a lot. I'm like a Netflix kind of guy. Like, it's so easy to binge anime.
Yeah, I've been having problems lately with both.
Why?
Because I have that that stupid little port that you use to plug into your phone, then it plugs into the TV. Mm-hmm. Well, mine's not working correctly, so whenever you plug it in, sometimes it'll play the episode, sometimes it won't. Sometimes you just hear the audio and you see the subtitles, but it's just a black screen.
Yeah. That's because whoever you're using, if it's Hulu.
Yeah, Hulu and Netflix both do it.
Okay, Netflix has done that for me, but Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max, they all do that for me because I think they I think that's like a protection or something. They don't want you to play it on your TV from your phone, apparently.
That's stupid.
But that's only on iPhones.
Wow.
Androids, I'm just saying. You like what you like.
You're right.
But
but we are recording this on 2 iPhones.
Yes.
So thank you, iPhone, for your cameras.
Yes.
Thank you, Androids, for your pirating abilities.
I like you both. But speaking of pirating, no, I'm kidding.
No. One Piece? We're talking about One Piece now.
Piece?
No, we're not
talking about One Piece. No, I want to talk about Jujutsu Kaisen. Since we're on it's technically still the first season.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a season 2 because it's like after the Christmas break, they took Jujutsu like a week or 2 off.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, it's starting this new arc, the exchange events.
Yeah, so it's like a season 1 part 2 almost.
Basically.
I see. And I could tell from the episode that we just watched, it seemed like kind of like a new era or like a new...
Yeah. It's the start of
like a new chapter almost.
Basically, yeah.
Because it's the start of the... I can't remember what the games are called that they're actually doing. But they have to, so from what I know so far, they have to kill curses for points or whatever. And they're competing against another school. Yeah,
the Tokyo school versus the Kyoto school, which, again, like I was telling you before, like I feel like at least I thought they were going to be like a disadvantage because, they're first years and they're all second and third. Mm-hmm. And then when they're all fighting, it just seemed like they're all on the same level. Yeah,
it kind of seemed like that. It really had me depressed, kind of, because I saw these 3 years fighting the first years, and the first years are kicking their ass. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I expected y'all to be stronger.
Yeah, what are you doing third years?
Because that kind of got me. I was excited to see the new powers, but really the guy, forget the big buff
Toto.
Guy. Yeah, I expected him to have a lot more, but all he is just good at punching shit. So.
Oh, he could do a lot more.
He can.
Yeah, but obviously, in due time. What do you think about the new characters?
The robotic man and the witch and
the Brock from Pokemon guy.
Yeah, they're kind of
That's not racist, is it?
Is it racist?
He's squinting his eyes, or they're closed.
Is it racist? Is it racist to call him Brock?
Well, we're white, so anything we say would be racist.
Yeah. So sorry. So yeah, it's racist. But anyway, I really don't know. They all kind of seem like generic in a way.
Yeah, because I feel like we haven't really gotten a. More not really a backstory, but like more time on them.
I feel like they won't last long. I feel like they were characters kind of just thrown in that eventually they're just going to be gone and you won't see them for the rest.
You think so?
Jujutsu. I don't think you'll see them for the rest of Jujutsu Kaisen, but if you do, they're going to be different.
Yeah, it's possible. Every how many episodes they keep bringing up Okotsu, which is the other guy in the Tokyo school that is on the second year with like Panda and Maki. I think that's her name. They brought out the Volume 0 Jujutsu, which is apparently it's before Jujutsu Kaisen, and it's about him. And I read it. I'm like, yo, this is actually kind of good. But I don't know when they're going to put that in the anime. And they're just teasing him. And I'm like, yo, I really want to like him to come into the anime.
Yeah, whenever he is introduced, it's going to be big.
Because, I mean, apparently he's really strong. And then there's this other guy when I was watching the dub of Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't want to get too much into the dub because it's kind of, I mean, it's mid. But I like watching dub because sometimes I would miss things watching in the sub. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how I missed this. It's kind of obvious, but they brought out one guy that when Gojo was talking about Yuji, Akutsu, I kind of pronounce his name, but they had the other guy that I think he was a third year or fourth year,
right?
But he hasn't shown up either.
Yeah, that's they hint at a lot of different characters that aren't there, and it is pretty surprising how they're opening up everything and how the sequence that they're doing everything. Speaking of bad sequencing, and I guess you could say a failed surprise. Yuji has come back to life legitimately now, and they have in this episode. It wasn't the first or second. It was the first episode where they brought him.
Oh yeah, we're reviewing episode 14 to 15, I believe.
14, 15.
Bro, I'm getting like off track now too.
Yeah. So episode 14, Gojo finally tells everybody actually shows everybody that Yuji's alive by putting him in a box, and he jumps out of the box and says surprise.
Apparently, I saw that apparently what he did when he jumped out of the box, that's like, I mean, we wouldn't understand it, but that's like from
white.
It's from an old Japanese reality show. So a comedian, he did that every time he would jump in the box. That's his like catchphrase or something.
There's a lot of like Easter eggs in this, like talking about Jennifer Lawrence all the time.
Yeah, or Smash Party.
Yeah, they talk about a lot of different things. But yeah, they finally introduced him back, so they kind of saw that he was alive now. Nothing really changed. I mean, they were just like, "Oh, you're alive," and then they got mad at him for being alive.
Yeah, that's what I like is sometimes you don't really get the reactions you expect.
Yeah, Gojo's expecting a lot more.
Yeah, well, there was one reaction I did expect was in the recent episode was Toto, what he was about to say to Yuji about like what type of was this type of women?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? Like that freaking whole like what he was imagining.
Imagine the whole sequence that was his best friend.
They read Shonen Jump together at school. Got rejected, and honestly, I felt like I was tripping for a second.
I was too because I didn't know really what was going on. This dude's obviously freaking nuts. He's obsessed with this one girl. Now this guy he just met, he imagined a life with him before. Now it's his best friend, and he was given strict orders to kill him. So the whole all these third years from this school, their master or instructor, whatever, has instructed them to kill Yuji. So Yuji now has a death sentence from this other school, and it doesn't seem like Toto, is that his name?
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he's really wanting to kill Yuji because that's now his best friend because of his type of women, tall and with a big ass.
Apparently, he just wants to just fight him.
Yeah.
I mean,
kind of teaching him how to fight too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, he was freaking brutally beating him. Like, just kept kicking him in the head.
Yeah. Tried to kill him, but then he was like, it's kind of odd.
I don't think he wants to kill him. I think he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
And then, now apparently he likes fighting. What now I just think about that. He said, when he and Megumi, when he fought Megumi, a little bit sparred with him, is because he had bad taste of women. But yet now he's going to fight you anyway, even if you have good taste.
Yeah.
And in fact, it's actually worse. He's like, you're my best friend. I'm going to fight you harder now.
Yeah, but he did almost kill Megumi, and he had like no remorse.
Oh yeah.
But he has a little bit of remorse for Yuji, but still he's hurting him, but not necessarily trying to kill him. He did try to kill Megumi.
He's an interesting character.
He is. He's kind of a loose cannon in a way.
Yeah, I can see him and Yuji spending more time together, I guess, because his best friend now. But I like the blue hair girl. I can't remember her name.
The one with the bangs.
Yeah, like she
the one that Gojo has a crush on.
Yeah, or he likes those type of girls.
Those type of girls.
She seems like a nice character.
Yeah,
and one to I guess like more. Like to get not really attached.
She's more heartsy, more happy and go lucky, and
the others is like freaking little Miss Harry Potter over there out of nowhere.
Yeah,
like I didn't see that coming.
Just a fucking witch on a broom.
On a broom, yeah. I was just
she's the youngest, I think.
Yeah, but she's a third year.
That's crazy. And they said that age doesn't mean nothing. It matters about skill.
Yeah, because I mean, dude, I don't know what her ability is because it's obviously not physical.
Yeah, it's not much. Maybe she can fly, and that's about it.
That would suck.
Yeah, that would really suck.
Obviously, there'll have to be some more. And I feel like because I actually think differently where I think they will be in the story more.
Yeah.
Because... I mean, I don't like the stories where it's like Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
They threw in a lot of characters, and you never really got a lot of time with them. They're just like, "Hey, guess what? You know, I'm the squad. This is all my people, and now we're gone. Bye." So, like, I hope Jujutsu is not like that, where they're showing all these characters
and then gone right there.
Yeah, I feel like we'll get more on them. But, dude, that opening.
The opening's very different. The opening and ending.
We got a new opening and ending.
It's very, I don't know how to, it's very tasteful. It's very good. It's better than the last one to me.
Yeah, I like the song, the last one better. But this one, the animation.
Dude, way more hardcore.
That Gojo, just that little Gojo animation right there looks so good.
Yeah. Gojo is obviously one of my favorite characters in this whole thing.
Yeah.
He's also the strongest, but I mean, not putting...
I love it too because that's literally what he says. He's like, yeah, I'm the strongest.
He's very blunt about it. He's like, yeah, I can kill you.
Yeah.
Like, he even said that he can kill the demon. I've said this in the last podcast about it, that he said he could easily kill Yuji and
Sukuna.
And Sukuna.
Yeah.
Easily. He says, even at his full power, he's like, yeah, I may have to try out a little bit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bro.
He knows. But I have a feeling that might be corrected.
Bro, he's going to die. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because he's such a good character.
Exactly. And all the OP characters always end up dying.
It's always the good characters that die.
And because it's like, I understand for the writing aspect, because if he's so OP, you don't have to worry about it. It's like, oh no, you just going to die. Wait, there's Gojo to save the day.
Yeah.
But if he's gone,
that's it.
what you going to do?
That's really all you got. He's a good character. He's going to die. Let's face it. He's going to die.
Yeah.
So look forward to that whenever you watch, and be careful.
The matter of when, though.
Yeah.
And watch him like not die and they just kill off somebody else. I don't know. I'll be like, I wouldn't be upset because I'm like, Gojo is like the Levi of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, and I will say this: if Levi dies in Attack on Titan, I'm done watching Attack on Titan. Just saying. If Gojo dies,
watch it do it like on the last episode where you basically finish it.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm watching Attack on Titan is because of Levi. I know that sounds bad, but I'm gonna name my kids after Levi.
Yeah, you said that in the last podcast.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
see, if you're saying that multiple times, then you got to be.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
You know
Gojo
what?
and Levi.
You know what? It's gonna happen. Gojo and Levi. Because I'm.
What if you have girls?
I haven't thought that far ahead.
Levi.
Just
try to like put like if it's like a
Gogina.
Throw like some la in front of it.
Gajla.
Like La Levi.
La Levi.
La Gojo.
That'd be that. You know what? I'll do that. That sounds adequate. They'll definitely get a job with that name.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
I would hire them in the spot.
On the spot.
In the spot. Everyone
on the spot. That kind of sounds weird on the spot.
Yeah. A little sus.
Next topic is definitely not on the spot.
What I was trying to remember what they had on the next preview for the episode.
I did see more fighting because we didn't get a lot of fighting in these two episodes, but I have a feeling that it's about to start getting more and more actiony.
I feel like that's why we got all the comedic stuff, you know, because like I enjoy it. If it's like this all the time, I'll be like, okay, you know, but I'm like, it's because I know it's not gonna be like this all the time.
They're building up to something.
Yeah, you know.
This third episode of this new chapter to me is going to be bigger than the first two, and I think the fourth is gonna be even bigger. I think it's just gonna keep getting bigger. Oh, yeah. Then it's going to die down a little bit. Then it's going to pick up. Because, I mean, none of the higher-ups yet know that, except the one who declared it, none of the higher-ups know that they're trying to kill Yuji. So what do you think Gojo's going to do? He probably already knows. Watch Gojo already know.
Man, Gojo knows everything.
He knows.
Yeah, he just knows. He's the strongest. He knows.
He knows it all.
But, yeah, I'm looking forward to see what happens next. Because I definitely, after this arc, I think that's when I stopped reading Jujutsu. And I don't remember much, of course, thankfully. And I just remember Gojo just being OP. And so I'm just like, whenever that happens after that, I don't know what happens.
Yeah.
I'll be in the blue. Watch, I pick up the manga again, though, after that. Season 2 comes out. Yeah, I already read this.
Just comes back to the next podcast, and he's like, yeah, Gojo dies right here. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
You're like, oh, so we're doing this now, huh?
Yeah.
But
the second time somebody's done that to me in my life. But it's a lot of things to look forward to. A lot of new episodes coming from Jujutsu Kaisen. But next month there's more coming. Demon Slayer has brought out is bringing out a movie next month.
Finally, at least, well, it's not officially confirmed.
Not officially,
but it's a placeholder, and everybody is expecting it.
Hopefully, it does, and I will be seeing that because
even if Corana's happening,
there's ways.
There's ways. I saw a lot of tweets too, and I agree with her. Just like, I guess I'm gonna get COVID,
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna risk it, bro. Like, dude, when can you ever see a freaking Demon Slayer in a movie theater?
I know. It's very it's gonna be very big. I have a feeling though, this is just me. Hope I'm wrong. I have a feeling the movie's gonna suck.
You think so?
I think the movie's gonna suck because I think they're gonna add too much. I think they're gonna be like too much 3D, too much of this, too much of that. I think they're not gonna put in enough to keep you enthused, but it's just I think they're gonna overdo it because it's a movie.
Right.
Because I think like I don't know why. It's just I have this deep feeling that you know how they had the 3D parts in Demon Slayer, and they look good. I think they're gonna overdo it in the movie, and we're gonna be like, really? It looks bad.
I think it will be a lot better. I've heard that the animation was better, which I'm like, how can you get better than the what you did before?
Yeah.
But I feel like because it's a movie, you have a bigger budget,
right?
Therefore, better quality.
Yeah.
Even for the the CGI.
But I'm definitely hyped about it. As long as they don't make a live action of it, I'll be fine because a live action of Demon Slayer, they couldn't do it. There's no way they could make that even close.
Dude, that's the thing. There's so many bad live actions that it's become a meme now.
I don't know of one. I can't think of one live action off the top of my head.
I know a couple.
You do?
Which is rare. Yeah. Have you ever watched Bleach?
There's a live action Bleach.
There's on Netflix. They made a Japanese live action Bleach, and it's different from the manga. Of course, they had to change it up for the movie. But dude, honestly, it wasn't bad. For a live action, it was a Japanese one too.
I do know one. They had a Death Note live action. It was honestly a really good movie too.
Shut up, man. That was the worst thing upon creation.
I don't know, man. Look, I watched it first before I watched Death Note, and I have to say it was very entertaining.
Yeah, see, that's like of everything you do, that's the one thing I wish you just did not do, man.
Now, I'll say this is where it ruined me.
You can kill a guy, but you freaking had to watch the Death Note live action before the anime. Like it more or
I liked the live before I watched Death Note. I loved the live action. I was like, it's pretty cool. But then I watched a little bit of Death Note, and I'm like, they're nothing alike.
Right.
Like the rules in the book were different. The live action was everything was the rules that the demon the what's his name
Ryuk.
Yeah, the rules Ryuk put on him were completely different, and I was like, what?
They added some. It's okay. I mean, at least in my opinion, it's okay if you can change it up for the movie, if you have to. But when you're changing characters' personalities while in the movie, it's just bad.
That is bad.
That's bad. Whoever wrote that.
I will say if you're not going to watch Death Note, the anime, watch the live action and then never watch Death Note, the anime. But if you're watching Death Note, the anime, never watch the live action.
I also recommend watching the Japanese live action. Because I actually own a couple of them. They're not bad, and they changed the ending because if people didn't like the ending of Death Note, the anime, they changed it up a little bit, and I'm like, that's interesting.
That's pretty sick.
So yeah, but that and another Edge of Tomorrow. You ever watch that with Tom Cruise?
I think I have. Actually, I think I have. I watched it once. It was pretty good.
It's based off the manga All You Need Is Kill.
Yeah.
And they obviously how to they changed up a little bit, Americanized it, of course. But
I did see a Dragon Ball one, but I watched it and it looked terrible because the main character was Trunks, and I was like, he looks nothing like Trunks. And then like you could tell like them villains were major CGI. Oh, yeah. It was terribly. I mean, I watched like probably 5 minutes of it and I deleted it like off.
Dragon Ball Evolution.
It was terrible.
Why is Goku white?
Yeah, I was confused.
Yeah. No, that's become. I feel like it's so oversaturated now, where it's like when somebody's like brings it up as a meme now, I'm just like, yeah, okay. Like it's become so normal now for it just being bad, and some people like it because it's so bad it's good. You ever like that with movies?
There's Sharknado. They're so bad they're good, and there's a lot of movies I like that are bad that they're so bad. It's fun to watch.
Do you watch those by yourself, or do you have to watch them with people?
Like Sharknado?
Yeah. Like if it's just really bad.
I have watched them by myself, But it's that kind of movie you need to watch it with people. Only reason I watched it by myself was because I don't have any friends. And I had nothing else to do. I think it was Sharknado like 5. I don't know how many. I think there's like 7 or 8 now. I think they made a series.
They're so bad. Why would you keep making them?
I don't know.
How can you keep? Where do you get the budget?
It's like you know who Mark Cuban is?
No.
He's one of the Shark Tank.
I've heard the name.
I think they funded it. The rich people who are like, oh, buy my item. The people are like, oh, I'll invest this much money into your company.
Do these people have like
they're
are they
billionaires.
fanatics over sharks or something?
It's just called Shark Tank because it's like they'll tear you apart basically. Basically, I think it's them funding these movies. They're so bad. Their faces are on it. It sells better. So like if you have a really famous person like them in the movie, it'll sell. Because the last Sharknado movie I watched, it had one of the Shark Tank people in it. Just like Cyberpunk. It had Keanu Reeves in it, and it sold so many copies and has so much money into it, and it wasn't that good. Yeah. Sorry. It wasn't. I played it 3 times, and it didn't get better. And before you say it, I waited for every update. So it'd get better and better. The bugs just went away. The story didn't get any better.
I don't have Wi-Fi, so I haven't really even got to play it yet. All I've played I'm just waiting for the update.
Yeah.
And after you said like the story was just like
it's all right. It's all right. But it's whenever you finish it, you're like, that's it.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, well, it's one of those games. Whenever you beat the story, it's not like you can keep going. You can, but when you beat the game, it sends you back to the point before you do the main mission. So then you can do like side quests. And I'm like, no, that shouldn't be that way. Because like Skyrim, that game, you can do the whole entire game and beat the final boss. And then you can keep going doing side quests.
Yeah.
With this game, you go all the way through the main thing, and then it sends you back before the main thing, and you do all the side quests. So all the loot you picked up from the main boss fight, all the cool stuff, you don't get to keep.
Yes. What?
You don't get to keep any of it. None of it meant anything. You have multiple endings, but I don't think any of them are good enough. I had one ending. It was all right. I basically let Keanu Reeves live. And I tried to help him as much as I could, but in the end, I was kind of disappointed.
What was his name? Johnny Knoxville, Silverhand?
Johnny Silverhand.
Okay.
Johnny Knoxville.
So did you play like because they had like 3 maps.
Those don't matter.
Really?
It literally, that's only the first like 5 minutes of gameplay that matters, and the rest doesn't.
Come on, bro.
Well, through the story, you get chances to speak different because like they'll be like, oh, you can talk like a gangster or you can talk like this. It has no effect, really. I've heard that picking a different one will change the ending of the story, I think, but it's not worth it because once you beat the game once, you're like, I don't want to go through all that again. I actually wrote down what I thought the game's title should be, and I can't remember, but I think it was
Cybercrap.
Playing, looking for fun. Looking for fun. That's what it was.
Fun.
Or let me have fun. That's what it's called. Because basically, you're doing everything in your power to have fun, to find the fun. But in reality, you're talking the whole time. It's basically a movie.
I should have freaking refunded that thing.
Yeah, the refund probably. Now I used to say I'm going to keep it. If they're not going to do nothing else with it, I wanted to refund it. But I have a feeling they're going to add something to it sooner or later.
Yeah, but that's the thing, dude. I love the gameplay, like if you have good gameplay, but the main reason why is for the story. And if the story's not good, what's the point?
You ever heard of Red Dead Redemption 2?
I've heard of, yeah.
It's a very good game. Very good graphics, everything. It has like some of the best graphics of any game so far.
How old is it?
It came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, okay.
It came out, I think 2 or 3, maybe 4 years ago. I cannot remember exactly. Amazing. I love the game. I love the graphics. I mean, like when snow hits, you can see snow pile up on your shoulders and on your hat. When it rains, you can see water droplets hitting. You can see water.
Oh, you got that detail.
Detail. So I looked into it and I wondered why Cyberpunk sucked so bad. The developer said that on day 1 of release, Cyberpunk was going to be as crisp, as clean, and as good as Red Dead Redemption 2 on day 1 release.
Oh, Red Dead. I don't know why I was thinking you said something else.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, what? Oh, yeah, I think you said Resident Evil. That's what I was saying. So I was like, no, I never heard of it.
But Red Dead Redemption 2
yeah.
is great. But they said it was going to look as good as that game. Now, people who've played it, they know how great it is. And if you compare it to Cyberpunk, it's like Cyberpunk was a game for 2003, I want to say.
It felt like that.
Red Dead Redemption, to me, is a game for beyond my time. That's how much I think of Red Dead. Now, some people say the story's dry, but I played it 1,000 times, and I still play it because it's so good. And it has no multiple endings. It's the same ending every time, and I still love it. Cyberpunk, multiple endings, but I'm not going to go through all that to figure them out. I just look up on YouTube the endings and never play the game again.
It almost feels like Cyberpunk was just a whole big promotion.
It really was.
Just trying to find all the good things about the games and throw them into one.
I wonder how much they paid Keanu Reeves.
A lot, obviously.
I mean,
it's Keanu Reeves.
I wonder if he knew that it sucked before we released. I wonder if he knew. I wonder if right now he's like, I got my money. Which nothing wrong with Keanu Reeves. I mean, he is doing it for money.
The thing is, I don't know him personally, but from what I've seen, like he'll be like, I mean, hey, I mean, it is what it is.
He's like, I didn't create the game. I was just a voice.
He's so like, he's the one guy that you never hear anything bad about. Like people in Hollywood, everybody's like Keanu. They're not always like, oh, freaking Keanu, man. Honestly, like when I played Cyberpunk, it really did feel like that kind of 2003 game, Yeah. And like I'm over here just like when I played it, I'm just casually just, clicking buttons and trying to have fun driving a car or whatever, and then it just shuts off, and I'm just staring at the screen like, okay, that's cool.
They do.
It's not cool, man. Cry every time.
It's not. It's not cool. But I do. For the people who did get Cyberpunk, for the people who were humiliated by the game, we do have some hope in the future. 2 games will be releasing in not too long into the future, and it is Resident Evil Village, which is actually Resident Evil 8. So Resident Evil 7 was
Red Dead Redemption.
Did I really say that earlier?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
That's my freaking my ears. I don't know where
my mind started going back, and I'm like, holy crap. Have I been saying that
backtracing, like, hold on.
All right, so Resident Evil 8 is coming out. Very high hopes. I had high hopes for Cyberpunk. I know this game's going to be good.
Well, I feel like I kind of put you on Cyberpunk too much because I kept hyping it up. You're just like, man, I had to give you the refund.
I think if you recommend somebody the game, they get a portion of what you get back. But Resident Evil's definitely coming out. Very good game, and I'm excited. There's never been a Resident Evil game as bad as Cyberpunk. Even the old games that are back from like 19 whatever or 2000, they're still better than Cyberpunk.
Wait, isn't Resident Evil the didn't have that logo where it looked like a giraffe was
Okay. I think so. Yeah, that's even better. Cyberpunk. I mean, in Cyberpunk you may have could have put penises in the game, but a penis is not as good as a giraffe giving head.
And then what you told me before was like Resident Evil, you said Village, where it looks like
in Roman numerals VIII is 8. So they actually put in VIII and then AGE to make it look like Village. I think that is the smartest title of how they did that ever.
So it just seems like they're just really good doing their logos.
So right here you'll see
titles. That one podcast we did, you said you'll see this here.
You did the opposite?
I didn't do anything. It was like, why does this guy hold up his hands?
You're going to see it right here. Nope. But it looks good. Also, Far Cry 6 will be coming out. All the Far Cry games have been good. There's been ups and downs. Some of them weren't that good. Some of them were good. They're all kind of the same, but they're all fun.
Dude, I don't even remember Far Cry 5. I don't remember that came out.
I can't remember exactly what that one was, but I can remember this. The movie Coco?
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? The little boy. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but there's a little boy. I can't remember exactly what his name is, but I've heard that he's the voice actor in that kid's movie. He's a little kid. He's going to be the voice actor in the Far Cry 6 game for the boy.
Okay.
So a Disney movie character voice actor is going to be in a Far Cry 6 voice actor.
How old is he?
I think he's like 12.
Oh, man.
Or 13, 14, something like that. He has to be like 14.
Is Far Cry like, I guess, Ready for Mature?
Oh, big time.
So you have this kid just throwing F-bombs?
This is a big time, like there's a lot of blood, gore, sex, violence, everything, nudity, bad. A lot of gore. It's basically just like terrorism and stuff like that. It's bad.
Oh, wow.
Far Cry is over the top American. Like bazookas and shit.
So it's kind of like what's another American game? Gears of War? Was it? No, Call of Duty. Call of
Duty's an American game. Saints Row is definitely an American game because it's all titties and dicks and
sounds like an American game
and blows up.
I feel like that's probably why they try to have Cyberpunk really good.
Yeah, they really tried, and they really failed. And I wasted my...
You keep looking at me.
Huh?
You keep looking directly at me.
I know!
They're going to be wondering, what are you looking at?
It's fine.
It don't matter. No. Trying to make a motherfucking podcast.
Wait, hold on.
Uh-huh.
Far Cry. I need to have more information on this because I don't know anything about Far Cry. So when you're talking about like, oh yeah, it's a really good game, it's kind of like an American game, Far Cry 6, I'm like, all I know about it is that it's a cry that's very far.
Kind
times.
of. Basically, it's almost like like when people will like kidnap people and then take them to another country and they hold them hostage. This is what Far Cry is. Is basically they find people. I think Far Cry 4 was one of my favorite games, to where they had this guy was going skydiving, and he landed on this island, and the island people who actually lived there were like, we're going to capture you, and they actually captured him, and we're going to sell him for ransom because it's a Far Cry, like help, and no one can hear you.
Oh, okay.
So you basically have to get out yourself. Kind of every Far Cry game is like, you start out, you're like, I gotta get out of here, I gotta leave this island, but then you slowly are like, I need to stay because I gotta help these people because over a tyranny, like these people own these people. The last Far Cry game was good because it had to do with like this cult. The cult was in control and was like killing people and doing everything. So the main character was stuck there. They wanted to like murder him or whatever, and they kind of just didn't murder him. The main character kind of murdered everybody, and you have, it gives you a lot of weird choices too. Like at the end of one game, you had a choice whether to kill the main bad guy or not. The main bad guy was like, if you don't kill me, I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, you can let him leave. But there's, I can't remember which I think it was Far Cry 6, to where Far Cry 4, I think, or 5, I don't know.
One of
I get them all mixed up. Where in the beginning of the game, the main bad guy is like, hey, if you wait, because he has you. He's like, if you wait here for a moment, I'll help you out. And then I'll send you on your way. If you legit wait and don't do nothing for like 8 minutes, he'll come back and he's like, hey, so thanks for waiting. Let me get you on a helicopter and we'll send you back home.
That's kind of cool.
And they did.
Like, it's kind of like,
was he
really
really
want to be sitting there for 8 minutes doing nothing?
Yeah, you basically just sit there and do nothing. He'll come back and help you. But in reality, though, he's doing that. He's sending you off, but he's still a dictator. He's still doing bad things.
What do you think about having, like, because these newer games, you start getting more choices. It's almost feeling like it's like, not real life, but it's like it's very more realistic. Yeah. But then compared to freaking games we played back in the day, like freaking, Pokemon and Game Boy, Pac-Man.
These new games will never beat those because I think that's kind of, I'm not going to say they were better, but I'm going to say that was a vibe back in the day. That was
because they're simplistic.
Yeah.
And sometimes people like those kind of games. And
it was so simplistic that even today they're still played because there's so much opportunity.
Dude, I'll play Pac-Man.
Yeah. I still play Pokemon Emerald on my phone all the time.
That's the best Pokemon game.
Which I don't know if that's legal. I probably shouldn't say that.
Oh yeah.
I probably shouldn't say that.
Man,
I paid for it.
Who has not downloaded an emulator?
Yeah, I downloaded an emulator.
That's what we always did in freaking high school.
I think I had like 6 emulators on my phone at one time.
Dang.
Because some of them would do certain things, some of them wouldn't. So I had 6 where I could play anything I wanted.
I loved it when you had you can fast forward it.
Yes.
So I'm like, dude, I'll beat Pokemon so fast.
Or the cheat codes you can put in.
Oh yeah,
there.
dude, the cheat codes, I used to do that all the time, but then I just like lose the appeal of the game and I start getting bored. I'm like, I got a 100 level. I got a level 100 Mew
at the very beginning of the game.
Yeah, like I'm winning. It's like it's too easy. No, I like the grind.
I do like
the challenge.
What I used to do is put in a cheat code and get like a couple Pokemon that were like legendary or like good Pokemon that I wanted, not even legendary, and have them at level 1 and raise them all the way up throughout the game. Or like, let's say I got all starter Pokemon as my team, because I usually get Pokemon I've never had before and put them in my team and try to do that. But old games, definitely, I like them better than the new games, because games like Cyberpunk, it was a big failure.
You have hit or misses.
And even the worst Pokemon games are still good. Like, no one can, I mean, even the worst ones, people are like, I can play that again.
Nah, bro, not me. I think it was, I don't know which one it was, because there's this.
The last one that came out, you didn't like.
Oh, yeah. No, that before even then. Like I started getting out of the Pokemon phase where you always have that nostalgia where you always like getting in Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I think I was in that, like I was missing playing Pokemon games and I want to get back into it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a 3DS. When that was like still big, and went to go get me a Pokemon game. I don't know if it was Pokemon Sun and Moon, or if it was the one before that or after. I can't remember. That was just I did not like at all.
Omega Ruby, Omega Sapphire, stuff like that.
No, I like that. I think it might have been Pokemon Sun and Moon because I like Black and White.
Sun and Moon really wasn't that great.
It felt very childish.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I mean, obviously it's for kids,
Yeah.
But okay, after I beat the game, I legit sold it.
Yeah, the very last one that came out was fun and all. It wasn't like the others to me. That was probably my least favorite. Was the newest one that came out, but it was cool too.
Yeah.
But like good old things, you never can beat them. Just like when we were little kids, old cartoons were the thing. You remember watching Teen Titans?
That was one of my favorite shows.
Me too. Have you seen the new Teen Titans?
No, the Teen Titans Go?
Yeah, have you seen that?
I don't want to.
Me either. That's my whole childhood you're making fun of. Whole childhood.
I think when it's been out for a while though, but I remember when it came out, I was just like, yo, we're getting more Teen Titans, and I see what it is. I'm like I remember I went to an anime convention in New Orleans one time, and they had a one of the Tara Sands, I can't remember, I think that was her name. She voiced a character in Teen Titans. She voiced Timmy Turner.
Oh yeah.
And she was there, and they had this panel where they had people come up and do auditions for Teen Titans Go. And I was thinking like, yo, I can audition even though I don't voice act. I can do that.
Yeah.
But then it said Teen Titans Go, and I'm like, I don't want to do it that bad.
Teen Titans Go is a failure to me. Teen Titans was where it was at. Codename Kids Next Door.
Bro. Hey Arnold.
Yeah, Hey Arnold. Powerpuff Girls.
Bro, hey, if you're a guy and you say you didn't watch Powerpuff Girls, that's a lie.
You're a lie.
It's like admitting that you like Hannah Montana.
Bro,
or that you watched
every episode of Hannah Montana.
Bro, freaking, I love it. It was the guys in that was really funny.
Yeah, he was honestly like
Jason
old.
Earls.
People said that he was like in his 30s.
Yeah, he was in his 30s. I'm like, bro.
And he was supposed to be like 14 or like no, he's probably like 18.
Yeah.
Portrayed as an 18-year-old.
I really miss those because I mean, American Dragon, Jake Long.
Oh yeah, I used
Dexter's
to like
Laboratory.
Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom. That was it right there.
I've been watching, and it sounds odd. I've been watching Chowder, Flapjack.
Well, that's like newer. That was like away from my time.
Oh, there's one that's actually new that I like, and it's The Amazing World of Gumball. But I say it's new; it's already canceled already, and it was actually as good as what we used to watch.
Oh, it was actually good?
To me, I loved Amazing World of Gumball.
I feel like after a certain age, like I think I stopped watching Cartoon Network after they took up, like it was a Total Drama Island and 16. Did you ever watch those?
I watched both of those.
I think after that Cartoon Network kind of went down. I think Cartoon Network really went down when they took like anime off of it because they used to have Naruto marathons all the time
and Dragon Ball and I used to watch it for that.
I missed that, man. Where you could just turn on your TV and just start watching freaking Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, I can remember. This is how old I am. I can remember back in the day sitting on my couch in the living room, and I was watching the countdown for the first episode of SpongeBob. And then I can also remember whenever I can't remember how old I was, but I can remember also watching the countdown because when I was watching a TV show and in the bottom right corner was a countdown for when the first episode of Codename Kids Next Door was going to happen. And then when it hit 0, you bet your sweet ass I was sitting there. And then bam, Codename Kids Next Door, and that started an addiction.
I think the only cartoon that I did that with the countdown was Avatar. Did you ever watch that when it aired on Nickelodeon?
I watched it. I never got to watch them in order though because my mom thought that I was stupid for watching cartoons as a kid.
Bro.
So
uncultured.
Yeah, she was a fucking bitch.
Oh.
Don't disrespect your mother's kids. Except mine. Disrespect mine.
Mothers. Plural? You got 2 moms?
Yeah, I wish.
Avatar, I think what I remember is when they legit had a 3-hour they had the whole movie, and that's what I hate about watching on TV. You get commercials like galore.
Yeah.
So, but that was like at the time that was hype. Was watching Avatar: Last Airbender on TV.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about that show. See, a lot of old cartoons are still really good today.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the newer cartoons that they made that they never come back. And I feel like they put too much propaganda in these new cartoons. They're trying to throw these things in for kids.
Yeah, I've seen one show that I don't watch, and I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to think of it, but I watched the first episode. I don't know if it was actually the first episode, but they were portraying like things that kids shouldn't be worrying about and like trying to cram it in their head. And I was like, wow. I was like, we're supposed to be having fun watching cartoons being kids here, but no, they're pushing all this stuff in their head.
Throwing hidden agendas.
So that's whenever you lost my attention, and you lost all the kids who should be watching its attention. Those old cartoons is where it's at, because whenever I've had a really long, stressful day, I just sit back and watch the old cartoons. That's where it definitely was. So stressful situations.
Is that how you relieve your stress? It's just watching old cartoons?
Yes.
Nostalgia is good.
And old cartoons takes all the stress away, because it takes me away from reality for a little while.
I think that's what I do too when I watch. If I put obviously it's all your mindset.
Yeah.
But if I can put my mindset where I can go and I can spend like straight up like maybe like 2 days of like going nonstop, talking to people, being productive, active. But after that, I'm like dead. You won't hear from me. It's like I have my own time. And how I do that, like if I get really stressed or just like, I just need my time, I literally just watch, Netflix, anime, just.
I got to find something to get my mind off of it. I got to find things to do to get away.
Yeah.
I stress about everything, and it stays in my mind. Like most people sleep when they're stressed. I can't do that because I feel like I'm wasting time. I'll usually, if I'm bored, I eat, and when I'm stressed, I feel like I gotta eat because I feel like I'm not taking care of myself. So I usually will eat, watch old movies, old TV shows, play old video games, or anything, and
I know
I'll immerse myself.
Working out is really good, like when you're stressed, because that's like it makes your body feel good, makes you feel good, and it makes you you more positive,
rejuvenates you.
Yeah, open-minded to things. It's just like, and it's so crazy because I used to never work out before, and I think when we started doing it, obviously I slacked off a lot, but I try to do it at least 3 times a week.
I'm definitely gonna get back into working out whenever I'm done being lazy. But honestly, being stressed, I don't even know if I feel like working out whenever I'm stressed, because I feel like I just want to be alone. I feel like I want to be either alone or I want to be like in a mass of like a multitude of people doing something crazy.
Yeah. I think it always depends on what you're stressed about too.
And I don't know, I can't hold conversations well when I'm stressed. Like I just got a bill for my insurance and I can pay it. It's no problem. It's just, it stresses me. For some reason, having a bill in my hand stresses me.
Because, it takes money away from
it takes money, and I feel like, what if I miss it? Then I'm ruined. I feel like my life's over if I don't pay that bill.
I think a way to think, like, well, at least how I did it to manage with that is to just think like, oh, I have to do it. It's just that kind of thing where it's like, it's mandatory, which, if you
like breathing, you have to do it.
Yeah. So it's like, kind of like your phone bill. You're just like, all right, there you go. That, like, every paycheck, every whatever, you look at the price and you're like, all right, scrap that off, moving on, because you don't want to stress yourself over things.
Like my phone bill, the one thing that keeps me less stressed from like my phone bill and stuff is I have it on auto pay to where I never have to look at it.
Dude, no, even then, man, I'll have it on auto pay, and even then I'll get stressed. I'm like, I'm just gonna pay it now.
Yeah, I do have it will send me a text message. It's like, your bill is so and so a month, or your bill is coming up, we're gonna take this much out of your account. And I always check it to make sure they're doing the right amount. I want it to be out of my hands. I want it to somebody else to just be like, bam, got it. You don't have to stress about this because I already got enough to stress about. But as for stress for leaving, I know it sounds kind of heinous, kind of gory.
What are you doing? Gory?
Yeah. Sounds not like a way that you should relieve stress.
I don't want to kill a guy.
Oh, hunting. I know we have a lot of non-hunters in this world and stuff, but this wasn't exactly hunting. It was more of driving.
No.
Driving, hit a deer. It didn't die.
You hit a deer?
Yeah.
Bro.
I know. I'm a bad person. I'm going to get even worse in a second. So it didn't die, but I did the right thing. I put it in the back of the truck, drove home, and...
That's the right thing?
Yeah, because I was going to make sure he was okay. She was okay.
Wait, it didn't tear up like your truck?
No, she just sat back there, being chill.
No, I mean when you hit it.
No, when I hit her, she just flung the fuck off into the road and just was like, she was stunned. But we broke her spine.
Dang.
And her back legs weren't working that well. So took her home, Saw she wasn't doing better, so I popped a cap in her ass twice.
That's
That probably wasn't the best way to say that.
It's an interesting way of hunting.
I put her down easily by going all ghetto on her bitch ass. That's still probably not the right way.
Damn, bro.
I shot the fuck out of her. I mean, okay, well, I killed her. And so then,
Oh my gosh.
and then I started thinking, you know what? We can cook this fucker. So we did. So that's a good way to relieve stress is, for some reason, carving the soul out of a deer made me feel so relaxed. But it tasted good.
You ever thought about just meditating?
No.
No.
Maybe I should try that instead.
Because it's going to be hard trying to hit a deer every time.
Should,
you know?
yeah, I guess.
I know some people that can't meditate. Like, I tried the other day. I'm like, I'm going to try it again because I haven't done it in a while. And I'm over here just like I'm just like, nobody, obviously I don't want to do it when nobody's around. So I'm over here, I'm just like,
Oh, I did. I completely forgot. In college, I took a yoga class.
Yoga?
Yeah, I
I
took
can't
yoga.
see you doing.
as a
Actually, no,
class.
yeah, I can.
I took yoga as a class. I didn't have enough hours. So they're like, just do whatever. And I was like,
You're like, bet.
all right, what y'all got? And he's like, yoga. And I'm like,
Sign me up.
I was like, all right. So I went in there and I wore short shorts and a really tight shirt and I stretched myself out
Your wording's all over the place.
Yeah, I did stuff. I don't know.
Was it a class of all guys?
One guy and me, and then a whole bunch of teachers. Old teachers. Old teachers.
Wait, why are they taking a class? Why are teachers taking a class?
Because that's what old white women do, is just fuck it up and do yoga. So I was doing yoga, and then we also meditated while doing yoga. I felt awkward, but I guess if I was alone or with people I trusted, I would do, because I felt like the moment I closed my eyes and sat, I thought somebody was going to do something to me.
When you're around people you don't really know.
Yeah. I do want to try meditating.
Dude, I feel like what I heard was meditating is like, because drugs are the things where it's kind of like cheating.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah, don't do drugs. But honestly, it's like DMT. Like I hear
Okay, drugs are bad, but I want to try that shit.
I hear DMT has like, it trips you out and makes you hallucinate, and but I hear it changes your personality, or it makes you open your eyes, so to speak.
Changes your perspective of the world.
Yeah, and I hear that it basically, what the feeling it gives you is what meditation gives you. But meditation, you feel better because you didn't really cheat it.
You showed me a few things on DMT a while back, and one thing that got me curious is just how much it opened your metaphorical third eye to be able to see things that
before we
there.
actually get a real third eye.
Yeah, and then to
we actually see better.
See the face of God.
Literally.
It's supposed to. I mean, it really. You said it all. It opens up the world to you.
Yeah.
And
what do you like? Start seeing ghosts?
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, LSD does the same thing, but it kind of just makes the walls move and try to attack you.
No, I heard. Why you got walls attacking you now, man? LSD. Wait, are you admitting that you did LSD?
Not on camera.
No, but I saw a TikTok where this guy was in a Tesla and he was in a graveyard, and they have this thing when he was looking on I don't know what it was. I don't know. It was his screen. I don't know what.
Yeah,
it was
on
for
the
or whatever.
Tesla.
Yeah, on the Tesla, and he's in a graveyard, and he sees like somebody there. I'm like, oh, there's somebody there. There's nobody there, and I'm like, oh, frick, bro.
Dang.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, but it's
I want a Tesla, but not for that reason.
No, dude, Tesla, that's the way, man. I want a Cybertruck. I keep saying that, and I know people hate it, but I don't care. Dude, we're all going to be driving Cybertrucks.
We
man.
are.
I
We're
mean,
all going to be cybernetic. Cyberpunk probably sucks because it's not really a game. It's just predicting the future.
The way the world's coming now, we are literally going to Cyberpunk.
Oh, we are actually experiencing a new stage in life right now.
What?
This is what I heard. I don't know how far we can actually
Far
throw
Cry?
this. Yeah, it's almost like a Far Cry, but with Corona. Because none of us can get away from it. Supposedly, they started giving a vaccine. Supposedly. But is it working? Nobody knows. A lot of people are saying do it, but it's never in the middle of like, whatever. It's either a big yes or a big no. And I am not taking it. But I've heard that now it's going to restrict you. So whenever you get your shot, they give you this little thing, like a ticket or like a license in a way, to where you can show people, hey, I got my shot. Supposedly they're going to start closing down certain places to where you can't go in certain banks, in movie theaters, in certain places without having this vaccine shot.
Man, I've seen way too many stories about this.
Or buses.
It's too many movies.
This is kind of freaky that it's happening.
Have you seen the meme where they're like, take the vaccine, and then they show like the vaccine, and it's the drug from Attack on Titan that turns you to a Titan. It's like the vaccine. You're like, oh, frick.
Dude, I'm honestly very worried because I mean this vaccine could do crazy things.
You ever read 20th Century Boys? Really good manga. If you ever read manga,
I can't read.
I recommend checking it out. But they were doing the same thing, you know, where they had people restricted. You know, if you didn't take the vaccine, you die, obviously. Yeah. But the people that wouldn't support, you know, the leader, whatever, they'll restrict you and then just let you basically just fall out and die. And I'm like,
that's kind of what the government does to us.
Slowly but surely, it looks like that. And freaking George Orwell's 1984. It looks like that's what it's becoming now too. And
that's crazy.
We live in weird times.
This world is coming to an end, people.
But then again, you can think freaking 50 years ago, people said the same thing.
They really did.
So watch
the world was supposed to end in like what 2012? Yeah, we made it.
Yay!
Now we're in a pandemic. Dang, man, this is the worst time to be alive. Shoot, people had like Black Plague and crap. Easy,
dude. I want to say. No, I feel like it would be.
The Holocaust was nothing compared to this.
The Great Depression? Trash.
Racism? Okay, that's still happening.
So, anyway, I was thinking surprise,
not
surprise.
A joke, sorry.
I was thinking like we probably would have been worse than the Great Depression if we didn't have the internet. I feel like the internet has definitely changed the game.
It really has.
Where, I mean, you can just instantaneously talk to somebody across the whole world.
Yeah. And if something happens, you know before it's going to happen. Like, if like the whole country's catching on fire or like something's happening, you know before it happens. So you're like, let me prepare.
But then that's another way of getting stressed because you just stretch yourself out over things that sometimes doesn't really pertain to you. Like, it sucks, feel bad for those people, but it doesn't affect my life. And I know that's not a good mindset to have. But the thing is, being on social media all the time, you're getting all this stuff that just stresses you out.
Yeah.
So
and there's a lot of negativity out there. A lot.
Oh, yeah. Too much.
Humans as a species, we never will come together. Ever. And I feel that the moments we do come together, good things happen. But we're so dumb.
Yeah, I think people just like men just want to watch the world burn. Thing about being stressed is just do DMT.
DMT. Do drugs, kids.
Hit a deer with a truck.
Just fucking slaughter something.
Like my life.
You have no idea what it feels like to see some soul pass through your fingers and reach the great beyond due to your being there and due to your actions of seeing a poor innocent animal with no ability to fight back due to modern man machinery hitting it, and its soul is passing on to the great beyond.
So that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for watching and listening.
Yes, thank you.
You can I don't know. But you can follow us on the socials. Be updated when we post things, I guess. I don't know. I saw that very well. I know. Where can they find us at?
I'm still figuring that out. Twitter. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram. Are we still on Instagram?
Yeah, we're still on Instagram.
Still on Instagram. We're not on Snapchat anymore.
Nah, that was like a test and
testing. You can find our channel on Twitter. You can also find us individually on Twitter at these.
But yeah, you find us on Twitter and Instagram at In Progress Pods with a Z.
I forgot my Twitter name.
Not Logo Jojo.
That's me.
I gotta remember for you, but tweet at them and just call them names.
Yeah, and, just do that because I will, like that deer, watch your soul leave your body to the great beyond. Just kidding. Follow us.
We'll see you guys.
See us on the next episode of In Progress Podcast. Bye.
Peace.
You think I sold it pretty well?
Dude, I think that was amazing. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you should do something like for a living.
For a living?
Yeah, you should talk for a living or something.
Like a podcast.
Bro, that's genius.
Bro. Dude, you know how good we are? We already started.
That's amazing.
Living in the future. This is what drugs does, kids.
Cyberpunk.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.